Hello, fellow YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. A little update, or a big update, either way. So, about 6 years ago, it looks like, the 29th of March. Okay, yeah, that was about 6 years ago. That's when I put the last update video out. In that video, I pretty much said, now that I've done the 55th Doctor Who anniversary special I made, which, to my surprise, is still massive in terms for me, in regards to how much reception it's got. I said that now I'm going to focus on the Star Wars short films that are a mixture of Lego and live action, and then I'm going to come back to Lego Doctor Who. 6 years later, how much progress have I made on that? I'm going to show you. The reason why it's taking so long is because around 2019, which was the year when I did that update video, life started happening. Lots of stuff happened and it really affected my mood, emotions everywhere. So that's been something. But then it's also been a really tedious process to finish because of the VFX that are required for it. So here's the main big one. I've got Premiere Pro open here. You can see the project, scene 4, etc. In this shot specifically, I've chucked in the background, which you can see, the blue outline. That is the problem. So even though I filmed this whole scene with a blue screen behind it, like that, the Samsung A11, I think, the phone I was using at the time, for some unknown reason, any photo it would take, it would look grainy like that. Actually, hang on, this isn't accurate. Because as a way to try and make this look more deliberate, I've deliberately added noise on top of it. Anyway, that is the base photo apart from the lightsaber effects obviously added. And all the photos look like that. So I kid you not, trying to, you know, chuck the background in this, it looks like that, right? The grain, the blue outline. So what it means is, even though that blue screen's there, I've had to go through every frame and mask it myself to make it look better. And that sucks. It takes ages, but you can see there how much better it looks. Like, obviously, I'm not a pro, you can tell, but it looks a whole lot better than this massive blue outline around anyway, that's one thing, and it's literally that scene. I need to finish that scene, and the lightsaber effects. As you can see, I've been doing them, but I've been doing lightsaber effects for 9 years. It's still the same tedious process of going frame by frame, and most of the time I'm not in the mood to do it. So that's where it currently stops, and you can just see the base line. And then there are some shots like this of me holding the lightsaber where that's it. So there's not even any excitement in animating, in manually tracking it, because that's it. It's just still and you have to adjust it. So it's this scene and that's currently the only thing stopping me from actually releasing Asna Volume 2. Anyway, apart from that, it's mostly done. Everything's in there. It's just the VFX for those two scenes. So the other thing, Lego Doctor Who, yeah, I've done nothing. If I move, you can see the set is back there. Here's my boy. It's been in that position, like the minifigures have set up for episode 5 of series 2. It's been like that since the end of 2018, I think. Something like that. Literally 6 or 7 years it's just been sitting like that because of everything I've said. What I have done that isn't related to that is I've been rewriting all the scripts, making them actually look like screenplays, removing cringe dialogue, altering plot points and stuff. And now what I've also started doing is remastering all the ones I've done so far. It's actually like the 10th anniversary. It's been 10 years since I started making this whole Lego Doctor Who story. So for context, so here are the main ones. They're still up here. Look at that. 9 years ago, man. I remember that would have been like September. It would have been like September 2015. But before I made these ones, there were smaller versions, and I put them on the my alternative channel because they're really bad. They're poo, honestly. Like, you can quickly see how bad it is. I actually used a tiny like home camera. I used a tiny home camera to film all these, so it's shaking constantly. The voice acting was all me. The intro was poo. 8th of March 2015 is when I first did that, and that was during Cyclone Marcia in Rockhampton when that happened. I had nothing else to do, so I started writing a Lego Doctor Who story. Anyway, it's been 10 years since that, and I was like, that's crazy. So now that's even more of a reason for me to remaster these ones here. And what that entails is I'm not refilming them, because that's just pointless. I've already done that twice. Everyone who's voice acted in them, I've got to record their lines again because they're all older and we reckon we can act better than we could back then. And then because of obviously the way Lego works, there's no like mouth movement. It's also given me the opportunity to actually change or tweak some of the dialogue and alter certain things that are now extremely cringe to me when I listen back to what my 15-year-old self wrote. Anyway, I can quickly show you what I've been doing with that. On another note, for something that I've been doing for fun is like in a Word document, making a mock of what it would look like if it was on a Wikipedia page. So this was the original, what I was talking about. 8th of March up to the 8th of June, and I got up to the Jungle Planet. Part 2 I never actually finished, so the new version of that was the only version of that. I filmed maybe like a third of it originally. And yeah, I was pumping these out, but I mean, they were only like 5 minutes long. It was just me voice acting them, and they weren't very good. 16th of April, which is the day I'm filming this on, is actually the 10th anniversary of when I first released The Maze of Terror, which means this whole story's been out for 10 years. That's insane to me, man. That's crazy. Actually, I wasn't even 15 here. I was 14. I turned 15 in the middle of the year. Yeah, here it is. I've just been going through the main thing with these, especially the first 3 episodes, is I couldn't keep the camera still for the life of me. So every photo, it moves slightly, like. You know? So I've been manually going. Everything I do is just manually going frame by frame. I've been going through every photo and moving them by pixels, so it looks like it's not shaking. And then I might chuck warp stabilizer on there if it's not perfect, or to make it look a bit better. I have tried just putting warp stabilizer on a sequence of photos, and sometimes it looks good. Sometimes it does that really warpy thing, and you can tell it's being used. But even if it looks good, and it shakes a bit, you can tell it's unnatural to how the Lego frames are supposed to move, and it's still obvious. So even though this is tedious, it still genuinely looks a lot better. Yeah, I'm very actually satisfied with going through and doing this. Anyway, the plan is to do Series 1, and then when I remaster the 4 episodes of Series 2 and release those, that is when I also finish the last 3 episodes of that, which I haven't done at all, and I'll release them all together. Because it's one thing to promise I'm going to finish something, but then just keep going back to my old stuff and remastering it and not actually doing it. So if I'm remastering Series 2, I will be releasing those with the new episodes, because at that point my editing, the editing's more consistent, and all the voice acting and everything. Yeah, anyway, that's where I've been for the last 6 years. If you've watched this video all the way through, thank you for watching. Asna Volume 3, I haven't filmed any. I've filmed maybe like a 10th of the Lego for that. So after I release Volume 2, I'm going to come back to this because I want to get back into this. That will take ages. You think it's taken 6 years to finish Volume 2? How long is it going to take to finish the 3rd one? Thank you for watching. Thank you for continuing to watch my stuff, for those who are still around. I actually do really appreciate it. It still shows that even though I haven't uploaded in years, people are still watching. Thank you very much, and I hope to release something again very soon.